Greetings from Florida. Today we're working on a BMW 2001 to 2006, the two-door coupe or convertible, 325, 328. Might be an M3 as well, I'm not sure. I've speeded this clip up by 4 times. It took me an hour, and it'll probably take you longer, but just so you don't have to spend all day watching it, it's going to take about 16 minutes for the whole procedure. Did have a few problems with it, you'll see in a minute. If you found this helpful, please like the video, and that way other people can find it and it helps me with YouTube. You're welcome to subscribe to my other videos, but they're all different cars about power window repair. So here's the door panel. There's a cover where the airbag is. And there's I believe it's a 30 Torx. Might be a 25. Might be a 25 Torx, now that I think about it. You've got one there and one there. A couple longer screws. And one on the end. And I'm getting an extension now. That one was kind of far back in. Panel pulls out, and it's going to pull out from the top as well. It doesn't lift off. There's some clips that go into the panel. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. And there's some clips that go on the panel. You see those silver clips at the top there? That's in the panel. You're going to remove the cable that goes to the handle. Unplug the switch. What am I getting there? Oh, it was tough to get to access to that. I think it was the mirror switch, but it did come off. Now, on the airbag, I usually loosen it, pull back the cover, and then put it back. If you unplug it, you're going to need the BMW reset tool to reset it. It's about 20 bucks. You can buy them on eBay or Amazon. I recommend just leaving it plugged in and then put it back. So unplug that. I don't always take all the paper off, but I'm taking this off just so you can see it better. And then I'm going to just put that back with one bolt, one 10mm bolt, just to hold it in place while we're working. I've also heard that if you unplug the battery, it won't reset. It won't have to reset it, but I've never had any luck with that. I do have the reset tool with me, but my advice would be just leave it plugged in. So I took the motor off the regulator first so that I could get it down far enough. You've got, I think that one just loosens, if I'm not mistaken, probably 10mm. Oh, no, it's not. Hang on. That's the 4mm nut. And you're going to go in the opposite direction because it's based on screwing it in from the back. So instead of turning to the right to tighten it, you're going to turn it to the right to loosen it. Now the other side, same 4mm, but there's a full bolt we've got to remove on the left-hand side, which I'm blocking completely. I'm sorry. So remember, to loosen it, you're going to turn it right. And then once you get that bolt out, you've got, I want to say 5 10mm nuts. One there. One there. One at the bottom over there, and then I believe the last one's underneath. And I'm probably going to need to remove the glass. And that's a bit of a pain because on the left-hand side, there's a plastic clip that goes around the glass that the bolt goes through. and that's a bit of an issue. So I am taking off the seal strip, that belt molding seal strip at the top. I'm not removing it all the way, just moved it off to the side. Also, before you take everything out, I should have done this a minute ago, just check and make sure you've got the right part. I was pretty confident that I did, but just take a look. So you just hold it up for orientation just to make sure that I'm good. So now I went back to the truck to get some, probably some tape. Again, there's a plastic guide that goes around the glass. And I guess I could have showed it to you, but I didn't. So what you want to do with this plastic guide, because it's cracked and corroded and brittle from just age. So rather than worry about it, I usually just tape it onto the glass. And that works out fine. Just tape it on both sides, and that should be just great. But that's what I did spend a lot of time doing on this video. You'll note where the cable for the regulator is. You see that white clip? You're going to just pop that cable into the back of that clip. Let's put the glass back in. And this was before I realized I was going to need to tape that plastic bracket on. So I took it out again and had to tape it on. And this part, I guess I could have edited it out, but you get to see it warts and all. Feel free to skip ahead if you want to save 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, there's the clip. There's a plastic clip, and it had broken, by the way. So first, I was going to try to glue it? No, I was just trying to put the retaining nut back onto it and then put it in without taping it to the glass. But I am going to end up taping it to the glass. As you can see, I'm having a devil of a time getting the long bolt into that side. The other side's not too tough because the bolt doesn't come out. It just the bracket on the other side just opens up a little bit, and lower the glass into it and just tighten down the bolt. But remember, to tighten it, you're going to go left with your 4mm socket. And what you can't see off camera is me taping that plastic bracket onto the glass. And maybe, if you want, you go to your local BMW shop and pick up a replacement, if they still sell it. I don't know if they even carry it for the glass, the bracket that goes on the left side of the driver's glass. You can see it in the upper left corner right there, right there. And the black stuff around it, that's Gorilla Tape. Also, the channel on the right, you can see the black right there. Not the one that's horizontal, but the vertical one. You might spray a little bit of Power Lube or WD-40 in there just to make it a little bit easier for the glass to go up and down. You don't have to soak it, just give it a quick spray. So now that I have that plastic bracket in place and the retaining nut that goes on the other side of it, this goes a little bit easier for me. Except it started to rain. It was a very wet day. If you have any questions, please ask them on the YouTube site. Don't call, but you can ask them on the YouTube site, and I'll be glad to answer them, and then everybody that has the same question will see it, and you'll be doing a favor to everybody else that's watching this. Again, tightening it up by going to the left. Unusual, different, but I don't know why I'm blocking the camera there. But, oh, because I was reaching for the switch. Put it up and down a little bit. And before you finish this off, put your passenger window down so that in case you lock yourself out of the car, and put the window up and close it, and before you put the panel back on, and make sure that it closes properly. If it's off by a little bit, if it's 1/8 of an inch under where it should be, you can just loosen those two bolts and just adjust the glass up or down as you need to. Because as you know, with the coupe and the convertible, the window comes down 1/8 of an inch when you open and close the door. Pretty impressive. So 3 10mm bolts hold the airbag in. That's back on. couple small torque screws there and there. You're going to plug in the switch to the side view mirrors. You're going to put the cable back on the handle. The window switch is in the center console, so you don't have to worry about that. And the rest of it's just a matter of putting those screws back in, those bolts. And I think you got it under control. And again, please, if this was helpful for you, please like the video. Have a great week.